Hi friends, today we are going to see the basics of Visual Studio, installation of Visual Studio, an overview of the Visual Studio itself with its components and handling the Visual Studio itself in an elaborate way for the understanding of all. So what is Visual Studio? What does Visual Basic .NET offer us? What can we do with it? Visual Studio is an integrated development environment. In short, it's IDE, which is a feature-rich program that supports many aspects of software development. The Visual Studio IDE is a platform which you can use to build, edit, debug, and then publish your own application. It's a user-friendly environment. It's also available in Windows and Mac versions. It is known for its popular features like squiggles, quick action shortcuts, IntelliSense, etc. Using Visual Studio, you can build Windows, web, mobile, or even gaming application. So let's get started. Let's begin with how we can download the setup files from the Microsoft site and install the same in your laptop or PC. Open your Google page and type Microsoft Visual Studio 2022. Once you search, you'll get the first link from Microsoft. Click on it. So it's nothing but your download page for Visual Studio. So here you have three different flavors. So click on Community 2022 and you will get an exe downloaded in your system. So this once exe is downloaded, just go to the downloads folder and click on the exe to run it. Once you open the exe, the installer package will show you various development environments which are available for installation. So basically Visual Studio comprises of various development environments like ASP.NET Web Development, Azure Development, Python Development, Node.js Development, your mobile application development, desktop development, even gaming development. So to begin with, we'll start with desktop development. So we'll just select only the .NET desktop environment and rest of the things will be unselected. We'll unselect the other universal Windows platform development as well. We'll see to it later on. So we have selected .NET development environment. So once you select that, corresponding components will be automatically selected as per its requirement for the environment. We don't have to manually select any package. If at all we require, we may select it. So there will be a lot of add-on packages for the desktop development. So we can do it later on as well, as and when we require. So by default components will be installed by itself, which are required basically to run the environment. So here we have individual components which we can select. So I'm not selecting anything else apart from the ones which have been selected by the package itself. So here we have the language packs. So by default it is with English. If you want to select with any other languages, you can select them as well. So next is the installation location. So by default it goes with the C drive. If you want to change it, you can change it perhaps. And you have the size which will be allocated for it. And you have the shared component size, download cache size. So all these things need not be modified. So just go with the flow. And if you want to change the location, you can change it here in the screen. Then you can go with the install. So once you click with the install button, the Visual Studio will start downloading the package based on our configuration which has been selected. The download may take like maybe 10-15 minutes based on your internet speed. So the total of 2.33 GB will be downloaded. I've just fast forwarded the download part, so mine is almost complete. So it's almost finishing up. So friends, the installation is complete now for 2022. You can see two different packages visible here because I already have a 2019 packages with Visual Studio. So it will be showing like this if you already have a 2019 package installed on your laptop or PC. So I'm just clicking on launch on the Studio Community 2022. We have opened the studio and I'm clicking on create a new project. So now we have options of selecting the language as well as the platform and the application type. So here we have Visual Basic, C Sharp and other things. Here we have platforms, Windows, Mac OS or Android or something. And then we have this type of application. So we are selecting Visual Basic, Windows and desktop type of application. So with which also we have a lot many varieties. So, but we will go with Windows Forms app. So next comes the name. Give the project name as WinForm1 and then you can select the location where it has to be stored. You may change it or leave it as it is. And you may also give the solution name and then you can select the place, solution and project in the same directory. Then you can select the framework on which it has to work. So by default it will come as 6.0. You can either change it to 3.1 or 6. Then click on create. So now the project is getting created based on our inputs, Visual Basic, Windows and desktop application type inputs. So the Visual Studio is configuring our environment as per our inputs. So we can see a plain layout wherein we can see the toolbox on the left, solution window on the right, properties window on the right, and the form design on the center. So it's almost loaded now. So now it's loaded fully. The toolbox on the left, and solution window on the right, properties on the right. So I'm just minimizing it. Okay, so we can see the form, which is where we will place the controls. So controls are widely classified into major categories like all form controls, then common controls, then containers, data controls. So you can just drag and drop the controls here on the form and on clicking any particular control you can see the properties on the right. So now I've clicked label, so labels properties are visible here. Then you can see the solution window, which is a bird's eye view for the entire project. So now I'm seeing the form level controls, form level properties. So now we can change the parameters of the controls what as per our requirements. So guys, I think it's clear now. So it's up to you how you design your application with the controls which are available in the form. We'll discuss furthermore in detail in later videos wherein we will be creating few applications and we can view by ourselves how we can code in a more elaborate way and how well we can develop the applications for our business requirement or so guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope the basics of Visual Studio is clear to you and we can meet in another video with a different project. We'll start creating new projects on this platform. We'll learn and evolve. Thank you and have a nice day.